How's it going, guys? Today I'll be showing you how to install some running boards on your 2019 to 2022 Acura RDX. What you're going to need for this install is some side cutting pliers, plastic trim removal tools, a 10 mil, and a 12, a little extension, or you can use a bigger ratchet, but you also need an extension. And for you to mark down, you're going to need a Sharpie. You'll also be needing some wraps, a little mat to lay down on the floor, and if you don't have ramps, you could also use jack stands. Now I already installed the passenger side, but I'll be showing you how to do it on the driver's side, and it's pretty much the same thing. So let's get to it. What you're looking to remove down here, this whole plastic piece, but I found that you don't need to. If you could just remove some clips, you'll be able to do all the work without removing the whole piece. So what you need to cut on this plastic piece is this square right here, this one back here, and then closer to the edge of the car, you want to cut this piece out and this piece out. You could do it even without removing it at all, removing any clips, but I just want to be safer and I don't want to cut into the sheet metal back here. So one bracket will actually go right here. You'll cut this out and you'll have a place to put a bolt through right there, and then over there as well. Same thing with this. You'll cut this piece out, you'll have the hole exposed right there. Same thing right there. So the brackets will go across like this, and then the last one goes back here on these two holes. So the clips and bolts that I removed was this one, which just twists off. It twists off. You take this 10 millimeter off, take this clip off, and this one. And removing these four will give you enough space to drop this piece, this corner piece, and you'll be able to cut into it. You want to be very careful, unlike me, when removing these clips, because as you can see, I already broke off a piece from the top of it, so I'll be needing to replace this. But be very careful when removing these, they break very easy. Out comes the second one. Pull it out, and this you just twist off. And that's all it is. It has a little like teeth or something to grip on, but you just twist it off. And then lastly, remove this bolt. Like I said, this is just a 10 mil, so let's go ahead and loosen it. There you go. And now it drops enough to cut this without scratching, and to cut this piece without scratching. You can use the side cutters to cut right here. You have that exposed. So now that you have this exposed, you want to repeat it on the other side and back here. Let's go ahead and cut that one out. There you go. Now you have that piece exposed. So let's just repeat. So now that one's cut off. Let's go ahead and cut the front part. All right, so now it's exposed. Now let's set up the running board. So these are aftermarket running boards that are not OEM, and you'll be able to tell because these don't have the stamp that says RDX on them. But it's the same setup, it has the same brackets, same installation, everything's the same, it just doesn't say RDX. So how you're gonna set them up is you're gonna loosen these bolts. These will go into the back of these braces or brackets, however you want to refer to them. They'll go into here, then these will mount on to the car, to the pieces that we exposed. So this one goes to the back. This is the front part, and this one is the middle part. So that's pretty much how they go: front, middle, rear. And you'll be able to distinguish this. It's the same setup, like I said, it's the same setup for the OEM ones, but you'll be able to distinguish because it'll say front and rear, and then it'll also say right or left, I believe. But if you get this setup, the one that goes in the middle is the one that has pretty much the same height point on these two mounting places. That one goes to the front. The front has a lower place to bolt the screw through, and then, well, this is a rear one. There's no way you could fail this one, but yeah. So you loosen these up so you could put those in, and then you adjust them once you're there. So I loosen these. These are 12. You loosen the bolts, and then you have these little square washers that, again, you're going to put through like this. The washer will slide through this little rail, and that's how you're going to adjust them. So I got the bolt with the square nut through on these brackets. So now you got to slide them in the right way. So as it sits, that's the front, this is the rear. So you're going to put the front one first, which, again, remember, it's the one that has the lower mounting hole. You're gonna slide this through. You want to align the square washer to the little rail. The mounting kit also comes with bolts, so you're gonna use these 12mm bolts to screw down to the bottom of the car. So there's 2 for one, 2 for the other one, and the last one. At this point, when you have them set up and spaced out pretty much how they are down underneath, you're going to want to get a second set of hands to help you out. They're just going to have to hold it while you bolt down the middle one, and then after that you can do it yourself. Well, I got a little bit ahead. I put the screws on, the bolts on, but really what you want to do is, the person that's helping you out, you want them to line this up. I don't know if this is how it's supposed to go, but this is how I did it. I try to line the door edge here to this. I still need to completely torque down the bolts. I still have some loose. I just have it up there, just hanging, just so I could adjust it, but it looks like it's fine. So this is the driver's side, and this is the passenger side. All right, so just to show you, you're gonna bolt this down. This is the front. You also got to tighten these bolts. That is on the car, and then you just want to tighten this up so they don't come off. So I double checked all the bolts, make sure that they're tightened correctly. Now you just want to put by your clips, and that bolt holding this up, and then that'll twist off one right there. Let's just go ahead and do it. And then lastly, your 2 clips, and you're done. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.